Hi everybody, my name's Kathy, creator of Noggin Toppers. Welcome to my soon-to-be exploding yarn room. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm going to be talking about a pattern I've created and a blanket I'd like to make and an exquisite yarn haul I have ordered. I'm very excited about the yarn haul, but actually I'm excited about the hat pattern and the blanket as well. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you came to see what's going on this Saturday. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy yourself and you find some inspiration. So, what have I been up to since Tuesday? Well, in some ways, I kind of felt like I really took a break after the craft show last Saturday. But in actuality, I have been pretty busy. I really tidied up the craft room after 2 weeks of, intensive preparation. And I rearranged my whole craft closet so I could put all my inventory up on top. That really took the stuffings out of me on Sunday. So after that, I took a couple days off, but then I just felt like writing my hat pattern. I'd worked on it a bit, and I really knew in my mind how I wanted it to be. So I'm just grabbing my hat bucket here. I went ahead and I started writing the pattern up. And I knew, I've never done that before. So pardon all the tissue paper. So I knew I wanted to, I needed to write down everything. I mean, almost every look and count and all that sort of stuff. And I tried to make this very, very beginner friendly. Because I really like this hat and I want people to be able to make it and wear it. And, you can add stripes and all this and that and make it as complicated as you want. But it's always nice to start with the basic pattern. So I call this a tall brim hat. It's actually, I would say, based on a Canadian toque design. And that's, some spell it T-O-Q-U-E and some spell it T-U-Q-U-E. So what did I do? Now, the hats you're going to see are striped because the fellow I'm making these for requested blue with a white stripe. So that's why all my experiments came out that way. And I worked in 2 different blue colors. And first I made these hats, and this is with denim, Lion Brand Woolies, Thick and Quick denim. I just love the Thick and Quick brand. It's very versatile and it's very forgiving. It frogs well. It has nice stitch definition. And it lends itself to a tight weave with a smaller needle or a looser weave with a bigger hook, I should say. So I started out, I made my first one with an eye hook. And that was this one. And there we go. And this came out nice and tight. It has a good shape because it should have a ridge, a bow out, and then it comes in here, and then it has just a slight brim. I'll put it on to show you. And I was making these primarily for, can you see that? Let's see, a 22-inch head. So this is with an eye hook. And I measured them too throughout some of the pattern. Now the next 2 are with K hooks, and I'll just show you these quickly because it is a little looser. And I kind of wish I'd thought about that more, but I made 2 of them anyway. This was one with the white on top and different stripe bands. And it's a little larger. This is for a larger than 22.5-inch head. And then this one, again, K-hook, different coloring bands. Also larger, with a K-hook, larger than a 22.5-inch head. The neat thing is, I had found while digging through my yarn, so like I said, that's Woolies denim, Thick and Quick denim. I found in my stash just plain old Woolies. I don't see where it has anything but Woolies on it. This is also denim, and surprisingly very close in color to this denim. And I did run out a little bit on the second hat, substituted this right in. It looks great. And I'm going to make, I think I got enough for 1 scarf out of this, so I'll have 1 set. And the reason I'm saying that is because I sent my pictures to my client, and I said, you know, these are in denim, but you know, they also have a blue called Petrol. And he wrote back and said, oh, the Petrol sounds cool. So I went out and I bought the Petrol, and it is gorgeous. I mean, I'm a blue person. That's my favorite color. This might be my favorite blue. And you can see there's quite a difference. And in person, this is just luscious. Oh, the blue color is deep and rich, but it's not navy. It's not like dark, dark blue. It just has its own life. But it is absolutely beautiful, and it's a joy. The color is so beautiful. It's a joy to work this hat up with. So again, Woolies Thick and Quick from the Lion brand. It's a super bulky, recommends an N size 13 9mm crochet hook or size 13 9mm knitting needles. And I've taken this all the way down to an I, which makes a nice, I almost don't even want to say tight, but it makes a nice together sort of hat fabric. The K-hook just had a little too much of an opening, I think. At least, you know, I've got a few different sizes here, so we'll see what's more popular. But anyway, that color, I don't know, I might only buy that color now when I get the Thick and Quick. It's so beautiful. And I'll tell you, Michael's really is a nice store to work with when it comes to getting yarn and getting your discounts and stuff like that. So I went and I got my yarn, and oh, just a moment. So I'll just show you kind of briefly without giving all the secrets away yet. So it's called the High Crown Hat. My husband helped me name that. And I got a page of notes and a page of notes, and they're almost done. And I made it so simple. I mean, I'm not going to go through pattern testers and things like that because I'm going to offer it for free. I just want people to enjoy it. And like I said before, I'm not much of a pattern. I'm not a pattern writer, so we're just going to put it out there and see who salutes, right? Run it up the flagpole, see who salutes. So I'll show you, this is my final kind of like self-tester following the pattern. And this is, you start with the brim. And I'll be putting out a full tutorial, you know, full pattern tutorial. And then I'll write it up and I'll put it out on Instagram and here. Not sure what that means, but I'll figure it out. I'm hoping to do it in this coming week. So stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. So anyway, oh, and this is the white. I'm going to put bright white with it. And this white is not Woolies. Honestly, do they have a bright white? I'm not sure, but I have this and I think it's going to be good. So I didn't want to go buy more of something I didn't need. I do have this. It's not the oatmeal. I'm not sure. I think this is called the Fisherman maybe, but you can see it's slubby and it just doesn't pop because for what he described and what he wants, I know he wants it to pop. So we're going to see if we can pop this. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted. I think the next thing you'll see about it is the tutorial. So I'm very excited about that. It's kind of fun, actually. I didn't make it too complicated, so, you know, it should be okay. And I hope if you like it, you give it a try. So what's next on the agenda? Well, I have a couple of finished objects. I guess 1, 2, 3... 3 of those hats were finished objects. And then I got 2 cupcake hats. Oh, I got something fun to tell you about these. Oh my gosh, look at this. Is this not a riot? This is baby size, very small. Baby size. And this is toddler. And my husband, he's so clever with colors. We went to the store, which is going to get into the yarn haul here. And I was looking for my Vanna Choice yarn because I absolutely love that for acrylic. And I had made this one and I said, you know, this is nice. It's okay, this tan color. I said, but oh, I think Vanna's Choice would be really nice. And he said, gee, you know, you should sell that as a cupcake with spice cake, because he said it looked like spice cake. And then this one will be chocolate cake. So when I'm going to sell them on something, Etsy, I don't know. But there'll be choices of either spice cake or chocolate cake for the bottom part. But I just love making these. And so we went to the store when I got my petrol color on the Woolies, and I was looking for Vanna's Choice because I've seen it there at Michael's before. And I only really have Michael's and Hobby Lobby now. Walmart, you know, they have such a limited selection, and if I really want something, I'm going to go to the bigger selection. And I know Hobby Lobby won't have Vanna's Choice, but I know I saw it at Michael's. So we went to 2 different Michael's, and they both told me they don't have it. They don't put it on they don't carry it. And I'm like, what? I can't believe that. So I went home and I went online. Sure enough, all they have are a couple of 3 packs, you know, 3 packs of whatever. And I'm not sure if they had much color choice. So anyway, I was exceedingly disappointed because I really like to buy my yarn in person. But I'm like, well, when in Rome, do like the Romans. So I started looking around, and they actually sell Vanna's Choice at the Staples website. I've heard this before, that people get like Lily Sugar and Cream at the Staples website. I think I was on Staples. But anyway, yeah, they had a lot of Vanna's Choice, but I think they were not current colors. Because I had picked a bunch out, put them in the cart, and they were like $4 something. And I was like, gee, I think that's a pretty good price. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to go to Lion Brand. I mean, it's their yarn. It kind of, you'd think they'd have the best price. So I went, and they did have a sale. If you bought, I think, 9 skeins of yarn, you got 35% off. And then once you bought more than that, it was just 35% off. But if you get to, I don't know if it's $50 or what, you get free shipping. So at the beginning of the year, I kept saying, you know, I really want to start picking out what I want for yarn as opposed to buying what I find. Like a lot of garage sales and secondhand craft stores and things like that. I'll always shop at those, but I really wanted to have my yarn for things I really want to make and maybe repeat if I'm going to have something in a storefront. You know, you got to be consistent. So I went to Lion Brand, and I saw that sale price, and it made it like $3 something a skein, like maybe $3.50, $3.64, I forget. That's not bad, especially if it's just what you want. I can't tell you. It took 2 days, and multiple adding and subtracting of yarn colors. And what do I want? Do I want this? Oh, you know, I probably shouldn't really buy it because I got some acrylic, but I am really low on acrylic. I'm getting down there. And like I probably got maybe one Afghan's worth of acrylic yarn, maybe that and a baby, you know, not a lot. But anyway, I mean, oh my gosh, I almost bought stuff twice and I'm like, no, I just don't know if I need it. And yeah, and then this morning I was looking online and I found these beautiful little birds you could make, I think on Pinterest, and they're all different colors. And I thought that would be perfect, especially if you had the right yarn and the right colors. So I went back to the Lion brand website, which I'd kept up, hadn't closed down, and I bought one of not every color, but most of them. Because I have a couple colors and I needed a lot of brown, and they have a really good brown at Vanna's. Actually, they have a really nice chocolate brown and they have a very nice taupe. So I got a few of those. So anyway, I got a big old yarn haul coming in and I am very excited about that. So when that comes in, we'll be having a little party here. But that kind of solidifies something I really thought I'd like to do back in January when I was thinking about how I want to do things this year. So you'll have to come along with me as I get my colors and my yarn and start diving into some new projects to make. Oh, and I found a delicious craft. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to show it to you when I make it because I have all the pages closed, but I found this beautiful tutorial this woman does for this little chenille figure. So I'm gonna make that tomorrow and I'll show you that when I get it done. I'm very excited about that because I got a bucket of chenille I bought too. So that brings me to my hopeful whip. It's still just an idea in the making, but my idea is in a bag, so that's a plus, that's a start. So here is a whole bunch of thicker yarn, kind of like the Thick and Quick. I'll pull this one out, yeah. I got these when I bought that $10 bag of yarn off Facebook. This is Loops and Threads Country Loom. And she had 3 of these in the bag. This wasn't why I bought it. I bought it for the pretty yarn that I made the Luigi sheep with. This has 104 yards. It's 100% acrylic. But I love the fire red color. Wow, wow, that's nice. I'm just looking to see how big it is. It says 9mm US 13 for a hook. Oh, here it is, size 6, an M or an N hook. But yeah, it's a size 6, bulky 6. So I got 3 of those in here. I have a blue one, a pretty blue from Hometown. I do like making blankets out of Hometown. This one's called Sleepy Hollow. I've shown you that before. I have this pretty one. It's not quite as thick. It's called Wildflower. It's Lion brand tweed stripes. Yeah, it's probably a 4. Let's see. Oh, it says it's a 5. Okay, I'll buy a small 5. But, you know, it's nice with the red. And then that dark, then the blue. And then I have this beautiful yarn bee charcoal. It's called Uber Luxe in charcoal. And these are all the dribs and drabs I pick up along the way. All my orphans. And then I have a lovely mustard. This is a Woolies Thick and Quick and a lovely mustard. I mean, I suppose I could make a hat out of it, but I don't know. I really like this, so I don't know. And if you want to know the truth, I have been buying wool for a carpet I'm making from a lady. I was inspired by a lady called Breathing Yarn. She's wonderful. Oh, there's a lot of wonderful people out there. kudos to Shannon Talks too, because she really inspired me a lot for that craft show. But anyway, I do have, I think, a bunch more thick and quick. But I don't want to dig into that too much because I got a 9 foot by 11 foot rug I'm making, so it takes a lot of yarn too. And here's just a couple of dribs and drabs, which I'm not sure if they'll go with the color scheme or not. But I realized I've got to make my high brim hat pattern tutorial first, because whatever's left over from that's probably going to go in this blanket. So anyway, I'm very excited about all that. I'm glad you're here to come along on the journey. I'll keep you posted. If you're working on anything, you got any questions, please let me know in the comments. I love your comments. They're so much fun. And let's see. Oh, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please feel free to subscribe and select the bell so you know when I release my videos, which is usually Tuesday and Saturday, with the odd short kicked in every once in a while. And give it a thumbs up if you like, and share if you think somebody else might like it too. So until I see you, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy everything you're doing and everyone you get to do it with. And I'll see you next time. Bye.